Welcome back to the deep dive. We're going to be looking at swim coaching. Some thoughts from a really great coach.
Nice.
We're ready to break it all down.
Awesome.
For you guys listening out there.
Yeah.
Whether you're like a total pro or just starting out, get ready to learn the secrets of how to swim faster and just be more efficient in the water.
You know what?
Yeah.
Even as someone who's been a coach for years,
Yeah.
I'm always learning new stuff. It's amazing. This deep dive has so many fresh perspectives in it
Oh, wow.
on everything,
Nice.
from stroke mechanics to strategies for training,
Okay, let's get right to it.
for sure.
I think a lot of people have misconceptions about swimming.
Totally.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's start by talking about one of the biggest myths out there.
Okay.
The myth of the bent leg recovery
Right.
in kicks like butterfly and underwater and flutter kicks.
Ooh, that's a good one.
A lot of swimmers think that bending their legs
Yeah.
during the recovery phase
Right.
makes them more efficient.
Yeah. I can see why they'd think that.
But it's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
So when you keep your legs straight during the up kick,
Okay.
you're making a longer lever.
Interesting.
That means that when you snapped your leg down
Okay.
for the down kick, you get way more power. It pushes you further with each kick.
Makes sense.
So it's about like maximizing that force.
Oh, wow. So it's not just kicking hard.
Yeah,
It's about kicking smart.
exactly.
I like it.
And that's where understanding the biomechanics is really important.
Right.
By keeping that leg straight, you're setting yourself up for like a much stronger down kick.
That makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet it's hard to break old habits.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Especially for swimmers who've always bent their legs while kicking.
Right. How can we help them make that switch?
Well, it all starts with awareness.
Okay.
Swimmers need to understand why a straight leg recovery is better
Yeah.
and how it can make them faster and more efficient.
So how do they become more aware?
Visual feedback can be a big help.
Like using video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a coach watch their kick and point out if their legs are bending.
Oh, okay.
That can help swimmers become more conscious of what they're doing.
So you have to see what you're doing wrong
Yeah.
before you can fix it.
Exactly.
I get it.
And once swimmers start to see the difference in their speed and power,
Yeah.
they'll be more motivated to stick with the straight leg.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Our sources also talk a lot about the power of kicking, like
Yeah.
in general. It's more than just keeping your legs busy
Right.
in the water.
Definitely. Kicking is super important to swimming.
Okay.
Think of kicking like an engine.
Oh, interesting.
It pushes you forward, keeps your body in a good streamlined position,
Nice.
and plays a big role in your timing
Okay.
and your rhythm.
Yeah.
A strong kick
Yeah.
is key
Okay.
to maximizing how efficient and fast you are in the water.
It sounds like we don't think enough about how important a good kick is.
I think you're right. We definitely don't.
Oh.
One way to really boost your kicking power
Okay.
and your endurance is by doing tombstone kicking.
Tombstone kicking.
Have you ever tried that?
I don't think so.
It's a great exercise.
Yeah.
You hold your kickboard vertically in the water.
Oh.
Like imagine a tombstone sticking up
Yeah, yeah.
and then kick against it.
Oh, that makes sense.
It sounds simple,
Yeah.
but it really builds strength and stamina in your legs.
Cool.
And you don't need any special equipment.
Oh, that's good.
Just your regular kickboard and you're ready to go.
Awesome. I'm definitely adding that to my routine.
Nice.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit
Sure.
and talk about drills.
Okay.
We all know they're super important for getting better technique. But how do we make sure
Yeah.
that they're actually helping us improve in the pool?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Not all drills are created equal. And just going through the motions isn't going to do much.
Yeah.
It's about picking the right drills and making sure you're always changing how you use them.
So it's not just about doing the drills, it's
Yeah.
about doing them with a purpose.
Yeah.
Like being mindful while you're doing them.
Exactly. For
Mhm.
example, let's say a swimmer is doing a fingertip drag drill for freestyle,
Okay.
but they're rushing through it
Yeah.
and not really focusing on keeping a high elbow catch.
I've seen that.
It's a pretty common mistake.
Yeah.
They're doing the movements,
Yeah.
but they're not actually working the muscles they need
Right.
to learn the right technique.
Makes sense.
So how can we make drills more fun and effective?
Yeah, good question.
One way is to play with stroke rates.
Okay.
Have your swimmers do a drill slow and controlled,
Mm-hmm.
and then have them do it super fast.
Oh, okay. So switch back and forth.
By changing the tempo like that,
Okay.
it forces them to use different muscles
Yeah.
and be more aware of their timing.
I like that. It mixes things up and keeps it challenging.
Right. What are some other ways to get more out of drills?
Yeah, what else?
You could try using different hand positions.
Ooh, okay.
Have them do a drill with closed fists,
Mm,
or use paddles to make it harder.
okay.
These little changes can help swimmers get a better feel for the water,
Yeah.
which is really important.
Totally. It's not just about doing the drills.
Nope.
It's about how you approach them,
Right, yeah.
how you change them up to keep challenging yourself.
Right. Okay, let's move on to body position.
Okay.
You know what they say?
Oh,
Where the head goes, the body follows.
oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can still hear my coaches saying that.
I know, right?
Head down.
Haha. And they were right.
Yeah.
Head position is super important for cutting down on resistance,
Makes sense.
especially in freestyle and backstroke.
Uh-huh.
If your head is too high, your hips sink,
Oh, yeah.
and that creates drag and
Mhm.
slows you down.
Right.
But if your head is too low, you can't see where you're going.
Yeah, that's not good.
So it's about finding that sweet spot.
Yeah, that balance. How can swimmers find the best head position?
Drills are your best friend here. Try elevator swim.
Elevators.
You slowly raise and lower your head
Okay.
while you're swimming.
Yeah,
Pay attention to how it changes the rest of your body.
got it.
Another good one is paddle cap backstroke.
Paddle cap backstroke.
Put a paddle
Okay.
or a kickboard on your head
Oh, wow. Okay.
while you're doing backstroke.
Makes sense.
It forces you to keep your head still and aligned,
Uh-huh.
which builds up those important stabilizing muscles.
It's amazing how just your head position can change, how
Yeah.
fast and efficient you are.
It's all connected.
Right.
It all works together.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about kicking drills and body position. What about timing? It seems like kind of a small thing, but I
Mhm.
bet it makes a big difference when you're in the water.
You're totally right. Timing is huge in swimming. It's all about getting all your movements to work together.
Okay.
You want to create a smooth flow through the water.
Makes sense.
And we could think about timing for each stroke,
Oh, okay.
like in freestyle.
Yeah.
It's super important to have a quick breath recovery.
I feel like so many swimmers struggle with that.
Yeah, it's tough.
They hold their breath too long and it messes everything up.
Exactly. If you stay under too long when you breathe,
Yeah.
it throws off your rhythm and you lose momentum.
Oh, okay.
But if you can get that breath in and out quickly,
Yeah.
you can keep your speed and flow going.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then there's breaststroke.
Oh, yeah.
I've always found the timing for that stroke to be really tricky.
It's tough,
Any tips on how to master it?
for sure. Breaststroke timing can be a challenge. It's all about coordinating the breath and the kick.
Right.
One helpful drill is the 2 pulls 1 kick drill.
Okay.
It makes you slow down and really feel how those pulls and the kick work together.
So it's like you break it down into those separate movements. And then you try to put it all together.
Exactly. Once you get a feel for that connection,
Yeah.
then you can start speeding things up.
Okay.
But you try to keep that same good timing.
Okay. I'm starting to see how all these different parts of swimming
Yeah.
fit together.
Mhm.
It's not just about being strong.
No,
It's about being smooth and having good timing, too.
I'm glad you're getting it. And speaking of smooth timing,
Yeah.
let's talk about a technique elite sprinters use in freestyle.
Okay.
It's called the gallop.
The gallop. That sounds more like something you'd see at a horse race.
Uh-huh, I know, right? But it's a cool strategy
Okay.
that helps you go faster.
Oh, wow.
Basically, you swim a little unevenly,
What do you mean?
use a sprint timing on one side of your body,
Okay.
and more of an endurance timing on the other side.
So they're like switching back and forth
Yeah.
between fast, strong strokes on one side and longer, more efficient strokes on the other side.
Exactly. That way they get the best of both worlds.
Bro, that's clever.
They maximize both stroke rate and stroke length,
Okay.
which are the 2 big things for swimming fast.
Wow. And it gives them a bit more time to breathe, too.
Oh, that's interesting. So it helps with speed and power,
Yeah,
breathing.
exactly. Which is important in those short races where every little bit counts.
For sure. This is blowing my mind.
I know, right? There's so much strategy and nuance,
Yeah.
even in the simplest strokes.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And speaking of strategy and nuance,
Okay.
let's talk about something people often forget in breaststroke,
What's that?
the lunge.
The lunge. I thought it was all about the kick and the pull in breaststroke.
Those are important,
Yeah.
but the lunge is really important too.
Oh, really? Why?
It helps you keep your body in the right position,
Okay.
and it helps you get more momentum.
How?
When you lunge forward, it keeps your hips high,
Uh-huh.
which reduces drag
Makes sense.
and sets you up for a strong pull and kick.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like that first push that gets you going.
You got it.
Cool.
And it can also help you recover
Okay.
if you get into a bad position in the water.
How can swimmers improve their lunge technique?
Start by practicing on land,
Okay.
have them do the movement, and picture that strong forward motion
Yeah.
so they can really feel the muscles they're using.
Okay.
Then you can add drills in the water
Yeah.
that focus just on the lunge.
So you build that muscle memory on land,
Uh-huh.
and then you take it to the pool.
Exactly. See,
Mhm.
it's all about strategy.
We've covered so much.
We have.
Kicking drills, body position, timing, the gallop technique,
Yeah.
the importance of the lunge.
That's a lot.
There's so much to think about when it comes to swimming.
And we're not done yet.
Ah,
Let's talk about something really important in coaching
okay.
communication.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to ask about that.
I saw.
A coach can know everything about swimming, but if they can't explain it to their swimmers,
Yeah.
it won't matter.
You're absolutely right. Communication is so important.
Yeah.
It's the foundation of a good relationship between a coach and an athlete.
I agree.
It builds trust and motivation
Okay.
and helps swimmers get better.
So what can coaches do to improve their communication?
One good technique is to use workout themes.
Workout themes.
Yeah.
Like what?
Instead of just having random drills and sets,
Yeah.
give each practice a main focus.
Oh, okay. I see.
Like you could have a streamlining day
Okay.
where everything is about cutting down on drag
Uh-huh.
and being as efficient as possible.
Okay.
Or a power kick day
Oh, cool.
that focuses on building strong legs.
I love that. It makes the workout more meaningful.
Exactly. It helps the swimmers understand
Yeah.
why they're doing each exercise.
And it helps the coach too, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to plan workouts.
Okay. That makes sense. What else can coaches do?
Be really clear about what you want from your swimmers. Don't just tell them to swim fast.
Right.
Tell them exactly what you want.
Give them specific instruction.
Exactly. Like hold a stroke rate of 60
Yeah.
or hit this interval every time.
Makes sense.
When swimmers know exactly what to do,
Yeah.
they can focus on doing it right.
Right.
And don't forget to be positive.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Celebrate their wins no matter how small
Okay.
and recognize their effort even when things don't go perfectly.
Yeah.
And if you need to give them feedback,
Yeah.
make sure it's helpful and specific.
So it's not just about telling them what they did wrong.
Right.
It's about helping them figure out how to get better.
You got it. Help them see the connection
Yeah.
between what they do and the results they get.
It's amazing how important clear communication is.
It really is.
It can make such a big difference
Yeah.
in how a swimmer develops.
For sure. When swimmers feel heard and understood,
Yeah.
they can really grow.
So we've talked about how important it is for coaches and swimmers to communicate well, but there's another piece to this puzzle.
Okay, what's that?
How can coaches really challenge their swimmers, to help them reach their full potential?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one, too. You want to push them
Yeah.
out of their comfort zone,
Uh-huh.
but not so much that they get discouraged or feel overwhelmed.
It's like finding that balance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You want them to be challenged,
Yeah,
but also feel motivated and supported.
you nailed it.
Yeah.
And one way to do that
Okay.
is to start slowly
Okay.
and then gradually increase the challenge
Yeah.
as they improve. You have to watch how they're doing
Uh-huh.
and adjust things as you go.
So it's like this ongoing process of
Yeah.
testing and adjusting.
Exactly. For example, let's say you have a swimmer working on a drill.
Okay.
If they're finding it too easy,
Yeah.
you could shorten their breaks
Okay.
or add another lap to make it harder.
So you're always making little changes
Yeah.
to keep them moving forward without pushing too hard.
Exactly. And it's not just about the physical challenge either.
Right. You have to think about the mental and emotional side of training, too.
You got it. Swimming is as much a mental sport as it is a physical one.
I agree. Swimmers need to feel like they have support and encouragement,
Definitely.
especially when things get tough.
Absolutely. That's where that strong relationship between the coach and the athlete is so important.
So you want to create an environment
Yeah.
where they feel comfortable pushing themselves, knowing that their coach has their back.
Exactly. And one last thing to remember.
Okay.
Every swimmer is different.
Yeah, that's true.
What's hard for one swimmer
Yeah,
might be easy for another.
right.
You need to understand each swimmer's strengths and weaknesses
Uh-huh.
and how they learn best.
That makes a lot of sense. This whole deep dive has been incredible.
I know, right?
We've talked about so much,
Yeah.
from how the strokes work to training plans to communication and finding that perfect level of challenge.
It's been great.
What does all of this mean for you guys listening? It means you can always get better.
Yeah.
no matter what level you're at.
I agree.
Keep trying new things.
For sure.
Keep learning.
Yep.
And most importantly, have fun in the pool.
Absolutely.
As you keep swimming, here's something to think about.
Okay.
If you could change anything about swimming,
Yeah.
what would it be and why?
That's a good one. Until next time, happy swimming.
Thanks for all you do for our world of sport, your community, and the youth of tomorrow. We hope to see you again at wafsu.org and the International Swim Coaches Association event soon. Stay tuned for new exciting services coming at ago.lap.red. Stay safe.